On this October 4th edition of Newswatch, we have updates on a strange situation in which an Ames man set himself on fire,
as well as the details on an Academy Award nominee visiting Iowa State.
I've got the latest on Iowa State's road game this weekend, as well as some good news for fantasy football owners.
It is going to be a wet next few days. I hope you like rain and I hope you have an umbrella. We'll have more later. Newswatch starts now.
Don't we start?
Let's go.
Welcome to Newswatch on GSTV. I'm Isa Cournoyer.
And I'm Gracie Mateja. Thank you for joining us.
The condition of an Ames man that set himself on fire is currently unknown. According to police, residents of a West Ames apartment complex reported a man dousing himself in gasoline and setting himself on fire outside the complex Tuesday evening. Residents used a fire extinguisher and blankets to put the fire out. The man was flown to the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics after suffering life-threatening injuries. The name of the man has not yet been released.
Ruth Carter, a designer who's the first African-American costume designer to be nominated for an Academy Award, is coming to Iowa State this upcoming Tuesday, October 9th. It's a free event and open to the public. The lecture will be held in Stevens Auditorium at 7 p.m. Carter has been working in the film business for over 3 decades and has worked on over 40 films. She helped create 1,000 costumes for the movie Black Panther and has been credited in 40 other films. Students interested in attending can find more information at iastate.edu.
Her kidnapping in 2002 captured national attention as one of the most followed child abduction cases in national history. Elizabeth Smart was 14 years old when she was abducted from her home. Now she travels the country to educate, inspire, and advocate. This Friday, October 5th, Smart will speak at Stevens Auditorium about empowerment and adversity. The event is free to the public and will begin at 7 p.m.
If you've driven past Jack Trice recently, you may have noticed some changes to the exterior. Les Morwichia and Lucas Lovig went over to check it out.
Since the partnership between Iowa State and Mid-American Energy was solidified on August 1st, Jack Trice Stadium has undergone many renovations. Assistant Athletic Director Chris Jorgensen and the stadium crew have begun the transformation.
Our team did a great job. We got the field stencils you've seen. We had those ready prior to the first game of the year. There's some LED signage up on the east facade of the stadium facing University Boulevard. There's some additional signage inside the stadium on the front face of the Jack Trice Club wall. And then the last piece of the signage that we've been trying to get done prior to the next home game is the what you see going up now on the back of the north video board.
As for the design and placement decisions, both parties were involved.
It was a collaborative effort that we worked through with both Mid-American Energy and our staff in deciding what goes where and when it goes up.
This deal is bigger than just the football team. All athletic programs are planned to benefit from this partnership.
Construction of the facility will be a sports performance center that benefits all student athletes. There'll be a nutrition component to that. There'll be a new academic center. There'll be strength and conditioning facilities for some of our Olympic sports programs, an expansion of our football facilities.
But that has an opportunity to really enhance all of our student athletes through this entire process, and I know we're certainly excited for those facilities to kind of unfold itself and get themselves to where we want to be and where our university has a chance to become.
For One Now, with Lucas Lovig and Maddie Leopardo, I'm Les Morwichia.
You can check out the new sign on the north side of the stadium while it's still under construction.
Cows Week is well underway, complete with free food and more. Avery Bowdler and Holly Schlesselman have more on the lecture Tuesday night.
This past Tuesday night, students, faculty, and the general public joined in the Memorial Union Sunroom for a lecture on unlocking your inner entrepreneurship. The lecture was sponsored by Cows Week and the William K. Deal Endowed Leadership Lecture Fund. The speaker was former Iowa State journalism student and founder of AgriPulse, Sarah Wyant. To outline the evening, Sarah talked about her 5 key factors that led to her personal and also the business's success.
Attitude, training, technology, people, and passion.
Sarah touched on her personal story of starting her own business and the triumphs and hardships that came with it.
So I think that it's an important point if you want to start your business. This wasn't the entrepreneurial path that I had initially envisioned. I think you have to remember that you can't let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
AgriPulse is a subscription-based news outlet out of Camdenton, Missouri, and discusses ag-related issues in Washington, D.C. Sarah says the most important thing when starting your own business is to find your own comfort level.
But one of the things I think has been good for me is to figure out, okay, what is the appropriate level of risk in entrepreneurship? The comfort level.
For One Now with Holly Schlesselman and Hunter Smith, I'm Avery Balbo.
Cows Week lasts until the grand finale on Sunday with country artist Brett Young performing at the Hanson Ag Center. For more information, visit the Ag Council page at www.ag.iostate.edu/agcouncil.
After the break, we'll tell you about a salmonella scare across the country. Don't go anywhere, you're watching Newswatch. Welcome back to Newswatch. 6.5 million pounds of beef have been recalled due to a salmonella outbreak. JBS Tolson is an Arizona company recalling beef products in fear of them being contaminated. Health officials identified the company after being the source of many reported illnesses. 57 cases were reportedly linked to this in over 16 states across the U.S. They've given out warnings for people who are most susceptible, including babies, people with weakened immune systems, and the elderly. They have now recalled all products that were packaged during that time.
Spirit Airlines currently allows passengers to travel with emotional support animals as long as they have a recent doctor's or licensed mental health professional's note. But that's about to change. Beginning October 15th, the discount carrier will require a 48-hour notice for passengers who wish to bring an emotional support animal aboard. Spirit will also require a veterinary form, including the animal's health, and a passenger liability form, in addition to the medical note. The change in restrictions follows those already in place by Delta, American Airlines, United, and Southwest.
After President Trump's withdrawal from the Iran nuclear deal, people are seeing an increase in gas prices. In Los Angeles, gas is currently topped at $2.90, but if it rises another 8 cents, it will be the highest gas prices they have had in 4 years, coming in at second highest price for gas right under Hawaii. It's not just in California. Gas prices are rising nationally due to international politics that have boosted the oil prices.
A bank manager in the small town of Forni di Sopra, Italy, stole over 1 million euros from the wealthy to give to the poor. The familiar acts earned Gilberto Basciera the nickname Italian Robin Hood. According to his testimony, Basciera began taking money from the wealthy clients and putting it into the accounts of poorer residents so they could qualify for loans back in 2009. He decided to set up the shadowy banking system after struggling to reject loan requests from residents who needed the money. Since Basciera didn't personally benefit from the scheme, and he is a first-time offender, the modern-day Robin Hood won't be serving any jail time for his acts.
In Florence, South Carolina, there is a suspect holding children hostage. After a 2-hour standoff, the suspect was taken into custody and identified as Fred Hopkins, who has faced several charges of disorderly conduct in the past. 6 officers were wounded, and another, Terrence Caraway, was fatally injured. Caraway served 30 years on the force in Florence. Police Chief Alan Hinder said, quote, "I want you to pray for the family who lost the bravest police officer I've ever known," unquote.
Next up is Hannah Messier with the weather report. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Newswatch.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm meteorologist Hannah Messier. We have rain showers currently moving in from western Iowa into Sioux City and Spencer. Sioux City's been seeing rain pretty much all afternoon, and that means we're expecting rain tonight in central Iowa. Isolated showers throughout the evening. Tomorrow it'll be rainy and cool as well, with some afternoon thunderstorms possible, and expect that rain to continue all throughout your weekend. Temperatures right now, 40 degrees in Sioux Falls, 46 in Minneapolis, 54 degrees in Des Moines, and 57 in Kansas City. Definitely we can see that temperature change across the upper Midwest tonight. It is currently 53 degrees in Ames. Winds coming out of the east at 7. It's also 53 in Des Moines, and it is overcast over I-35 this evening, and it is going to be overcast for quite a while. Here in the rest of Iowa, 48 in Cedar Rapids, 50 in Waterloo, 47 in Mason City, and 42 degrees in Spencer this evening. Winds are coming out of the east, which is generally not something we expect. 11 miles per hour in Carroll, 11 in Fort Dodge, and 10 in Spencer. We're going to see these rain showers move through Iowa pretty much over the rest of the night, really hitting eastern Iowa at 2:30 in the morning in Central and Cedar Rapids and Waterloo. Continuing into getting ready for class tomorrow morning, we're expecting overcast skies to really continue all throughout your morning. Around 1 o'clock, though, we're expecting those thunderstorms to really pick up, especially in southwest Iowa by Creston and Lamoni. Des Moines will get hit in the early afternoon. Ames could see a shower around 2:30, but things really start to pick up later in the evening. Ames really expecting to see some rain showers, as well as Waterloo and Cedar Rapids. Actually, Dubuque is going to expect a lot of rain throughout the next few days. Ames is going to continue to see those rain showers throughout the early hours of tomorrow night. Des Moines, and this line of storms even continues as far south as Creston. And this means we've also got some flood warnings in effect for tomorrow and some flood watches, especially in eastern Iowa, and I'm going to show you why. Over the next few days into the weekend, we're expecting to see rain totals up to 4 inches in Dubuque, 2.89 in Cedar Rapids, 0.8 in Ottumwa, 2 inches of rain expected in Des Moines through Saturday morning. However, as we head towards northwestern Iowa, we definitely do see those rain totals to drop off. 47 degrees will be the low temperature for tonight here in Ames, with some showers through the overnight hours. Tomorrow, afternoon thunderstorms that'll last into the evening and through the weekend, a high of 64 degrees, so pretty chilly. Winds coming out of the southeast at 8. And this rain is really going to stick around for the next week. Saturday, 56 degrees and showers, 58 on Sunday. Showers continue Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, they start to finally, the sun comes back. 54 degrees will be the high. Thank you for watching. We'll have more for you after the break.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Michael Mainzer with your sports update. The Iowa State Cyclones football team will travel to Stillwater, Oklahoma this weekend to try and bounce back against the 25th ranked Cowboys after another close loss this past weekend when they fell 17-14 to the hands of TCU. ISU is currently 1-3 on the year, having all 3 losses by 10 points or less so far. The Cowboys defeated Iowa State 49-42 last year in an epic shootout, a game in which current quarterback Zeb Noland stepped in for Kyle Kempt after Kempt went down with an injury. Cyclone fans will hope for another big game out of Noland, who struggled last week with a lowly 79 passing yards. Kickoff for the game is scheduled for 2:30 p.m. After a seemingly never-ending disagreement between the front office and star running back Le'Veon Bell, reports from ESPN say the Steelers' workhorse is expected to return back to the team during Pittsburgh's Week 7 bye. The Steelers are currently 1-2-1, tied for last place in their division, unfamiliar territory for the reigning AFC North champions. Bell still has hopes that he and the Steelers can reach a contract extension at some point during the year, and when asked about the situation, Bell said, quote, "I miss football. When I do get back, I plan to give it my all. I still do want to go out there and win a Super Bowl with the Steelers." The New York Yankees defeated the Oakland Athletics by a score of 7-2 last night in the opening round wildcard game. Power sluggers Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge gave New York the spark, both hitting homers in the Bombers' victory. The Yankees advance to the ALDS, where their arch-rival Red Sox await them, in which would be an all-time classic series. Both teams finished the regular season with over 100 wins, playing each other a total of 19 times, and the Red Sox winning 10 of those games. First pitch for Game 1 will be tomorrow night at 6:32 p.m. Cleveland Cavaliers guard J.R. Smith has agreed to pay $600 to a fan after Smith chucked the man's phone into a construction site in New York City. The fan was supposedly trying to take a photo of Smith, who was issued a desk ticket for misdemeanor criminal mischief as a result of this incident. Smith enters the season 32 years old, battling a hip injury, but will likely start for the Cavs again this season. After the break, we'll tell you about a surgeon who performed life-saving surgery on a very important bear. Stay here, you're watching Newswatch.
Last week held many firsts for pediatric neurosurgeon Daniel McNeely. Before undergoing brain surgery, an 8-year-old patient of McNeely's asked him to stitch up his teddy bear. McNeely said he took the bear surgery serious, putting on blue gloves and using leftover stitches from the child's surgery. He tweeted photos of the operation on Twitter, making it McNeely's first tweet ever, and a viral one at that. According to the boy's family, McNeely has been treating the 8-year-old since he was an infant. Both the boy and his stuffed buddy are expected to make a speedy recovery at IWK Health Center in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Toys R Us has reportedly canceled its bankruptcy auction in constant competition with big companies like Amazon and Target. They went $5 billion in debt. Slowly after closing their doors, the toy industry took a big dip, and economists think Toys R Us is partly to blame. Investors are now working with partners to revitalize the brand and strengthen their image to bring Toys R Us back in the U.S. and other countries.
Okay, but guys, how cute was that bear? Oh my God, it had my heart.
It was pretty cute.
Well, that's all we have for October 4th edition of Newswatch.
Follow us on all our social medias to see more news, weather, and sports.
Remember to be kind and have a great night, Ames.